Season 2 finale is here, and although we didn't get the war that we were waiting to see at least kick off, we got the season 3 promo because this episode was kind of dull. Now, there were moments that were building up, preparing for the war, but now we have to wait another year and a half, 2 years before we actually get the finale. So I was a little bit disappointed, but that's just me being selfish and greedy on what I was expecting. But before we jump into this finale and we break this down and get a recap, if you like House of the Dragons, if you're going to tune in 2 years and still be on the channel watching this, then hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button, and I'm on that road to 50,000 subscribers. I think we need a little bit up under 450 more, and we're right there. But this is House of the Dragons, a recap of the season 2 finale, and, well, let me know what you think about it. Are you red? Are you green? Are you black? Are you blue? You gotta decide. We start the episode off with Tywin Lannister going to the Free Cities, and he's trying to negotiate. He wants to negotiate with them to open up this path so they could bring their ships through their vessels and they can actually be prepared for when this war starts. Now, what they're asking for is also 100 dragon coins to each of the people that are going to be going on these ships. Now, they're saying, we can't afford that. Lannister, we're not here for all that. We just want to negotiate and make sure you guys are serving us. Now, the Free Cities, they're saying, listen, we'll move the blockade, but you have to look out for us. And also, the only way you can get through all of this is if you let our captain of our ships go with you. And that's if the commander, Lohan, will agree to travel with Lannister on their ships. Now, Lohan comes out and makes fun of Tywin's name, calls him Talim or some other stuff, but basically saying, you're tall, you're skinny, and I won't sail my ships with anybody that isn't worthy or anyone that could take me down. Basically, beat me in a fight. So Tywin, we know Lannister has never been built like that, but he has to do this because if he goes back without this blockage being moved, then you already know how Aemon gets. Aemon will off with his head. Aegon is in the bed, still trying to recover. Half of his hair is gone, half of his face is burnt up. He even says that his genitalia, well, when it got hit by that flame, that fire, well, it was like sausage. It just split wide open. His dragon's gone, and then Lourys comes in and tells him, we need to go ahead and get out of King's Landing. And the reason is, when Aemon gets back, he's going to unalive you and go for the throne. Now, at this point, this has King Aegon saying, let me up, put me on the throne. When my brother gets back, we'll arrest him. But he doesn't have the strength nor the power. And Lourys is telling him, we need to get out of here and lay low for a little bit until we can let this whole thing blow over. Or Rhaenyra, they get rid of him. But either way, Lourys is right on this one. Aemon, he ain't playing around, and Aegon stands no chance. We get a glimpse of Rhaena since she left last week, and she's just been running and running and running. She's left everything behind. Now, they aren't showing too much of what she has going on, but if you remember, she's the only one that hasn't claimed a dragon. So as she's running away, she finally finds a stream and stops to get some water. Hugh and Ulf, they just got their dragons last week, and they were common folks, you know, regular bastard children, but do have Targaryen blood. They claim their dragons, and Ulf, who came from nothing, he has his feet kicked up at the main table. He's eating up everything. He's living the life he feels like he was owed. But Prince Jaehaerys comes in here, and he's like, who are you, and what are you doing? He's like, get out of my way, boy, because he doesn't know that Jaehaerys is actually the prince, technically his cousin. But he's like, I'm the prince, and I'll have you up out of here. So he's like, oh, my bad, I apologize. Now, Hugh, he's different. He's understanding his role and wants to serve his queen the correct way. So he's kind of having to look out for Ulf, even though Ulf is a wild one, and he's one of my new favorite characters. Rhaenyra goes and talks to Corlys since he is the hand, and he's giving his recommendations. Now, she's talking about the two members, Ulf and Hugh, who have a dragon, and also one of the ship workers, who was Aaron, who was actually Corlys' son, about him having a dragon, and what does he know about it? Now, Corlys is still trying to keep, hey, that's not my son. He doesn't want anyone to know about that. But he's telling Rhaenyra, listen, You have 6 dragons up under your flag. If you're going to attack, you're going to have to attack now and attack swiftly before Aemon, Aegon, and any of them can figure out what's going on, because they do have the largest dragon, but it's only one dragon. Going against 6, this would be a battle that even Vhagar couldn't overcome. Back at Harrenhal, we have Daemon, who finally got him an army together. It took a while. It's been 7 episodes, but here we are on the 8th one with an army. Now, Alfred Boom shows up and he commends Daemon on all the work that he's done. He's like, okay, you do have a nice little army, but he's also a little iffy on like, what are your intentions? What are you going to do when we start marching to King's Landing? What is your next plan? Because right now, what we need is a king. Basically trying to get in Daemon's head, you need to step up. A queen will not suffice in a moment of war. We need someone like you, who was like your brother, who was like your grandfather. We need someone like you to take over and basically portray Rhaenyra. Now, Daemon is listening to it, and we know how he is, and he will take this opportunity. But something seems a little different with him right now. Aemon shows back up, and his mother Alicent is in there talking to his sister Rhaena, who is the queen right now. She's married to her brother Aegon, but he's out of commission. So last week, we know that Aemon, he showed up and he's seen all the dragons that Rhaenyra has. So he comes back to recruit his sister, Rhaena, to come and fight because she has Dreamfire, or was it Spitfire, or something like that. I think it was Dreamfire. But he's telling her, come on. And she's saying, what if I don't want to go to war? And even Alicent is saying, no, we can't send her to war. Not like this. Not right now. Her dragon is young and is inexperienced, especially Rhaena is. But Aemon is saying, listen, you don't have the Targaryen blood, Mom. You don't know what it takes to fly these dragons. This is what we live for. This is our lineage. We have to protect our house. Now, Alicent, of course, she's Hightower blood, and she doesn't understand, but it's still her children, and she doesn't want any more to die. Out in the Riverlands, we have Sir Criston Cole and Alicent's brother, Gawain. Now, he pulls a sword out on Criston Cole and he's asking, what are you scared for? We need to get prepared. We need to be able to make moves when it's time to make moves. And Sir Criston Cole goes ahead and opens up and says, you know, your sister, she saved my life. Your sister changed the trajectory of where I'm at. So you pulling this knife on me, this sword, maybe it's better for me to just be unalive because she already saved me. And for that, I'm always going to be in her debt. So maybe death is the only way for me to fulfill my life dreams and aspirations. Because if it wasn't for her, then I wouldn't even be here today. Now, once he opens up like this, Gawain, he hears everything that he's saying. He pulls back because he knows his sister has something going on with him. And he's like, I'm not going to do that. Back in the Free Cities, we see Tylan in the mud and he's fighting the commander. Now, we know the Lannisters have never been built like that, and he's getting whooped on right now. Everyone's laughing. Ha ha ha! They fell down in the mud and out of nowhere. Boom! One to the gut. Boom! One to the jaw. Knocks the commander down. The commander spits out blood and says, you know, they sent the great ambassador over here, and I will sail my ships with you. But only after we have dinner. Now, Tylan is looking at this like, I did not come here for this. I just wanted to negotiate. You guys moving the blockade. What dinner were we talking about? How long is this dinner going to be and where at? Once they get there for the dinner, after they get done, you hear the commander say, Tylan, you're a handsome man. And this time she actually pronounces it Tylan. Says, listen, Tylan, I want you to have kids with me. Now, this is a man. The commander is a man, but it's a woman. You guys, you'll figure that out on your own. So what the commander tells Tylan is, I want you to have kids with all of my wives. Tylan is listening to this like, wait a minute. You want me to have babies with you, but with your wives? How many wives do you have? Because obviously the commander is trans and can't have babies with women. So they want Tylan to have the babies. At Dragonstone, Queen Rhaenyra is having everyone sit down. If you can mount a dragon, then you need to be at this dinner. I didn't get to make it. But Ulf is in here being very disrespectful. He's telling people, hey, I want some more of these little wings. What are these? He got all the finger foods. He wasn't living like this when he was over in King's Landing in the bars and in the whorehouses. But Queen Rhaenyra says, you're going to recognize who you're talking to and you're going to respect me. But listen, we're going to have to attack at some point, and we need to be on point. You hear Ulf talking about, me and Silverwing, we'll get out there. Silverwing's a crazy one. No, Silverwing is one of the nicest dragons there is in the Seven Kingdoms. But that's neither here or there. She's saying, listen, this is the plan. We're going to have to attack, and we're going to be swift about it. But first, Aaron, I'm going to need you to come and do something for me. Not Aaron, my bad, your brother, Adam. I get you two mixed up. Adam, I need you to do something for me. So right now, she's getting everyone mentally and physically prepared for what they're about to do. In Harrenhal, Daemon has one more vision. And this vision is an omen, and it's about the song of ice and fire being played out. Now, when he witnesses, he sees the White Walkers and he sees the Night King. So for him, he's looking, whoa, wait a minute. This is what the future holds. This is what they mean when they say winter is coming. So Daemon gets this vision because he's been messing around with Alice this whole time. She's been giving him drinks. He's been hallucinating. Well, now he has this last omen. And as I mentioned earlier, we could see that there was something different going on with Daemon when he was hearing that they need a king instead of a queen. Rhaenyra finally shows up to Harrenhal to see what the hell Daemon has been doing. And she sees the army. Her dragon is perched up top looking over them in case they want to act up. And we know that Daemon just seen this omen in the future. So they start talking High Valyrian to each other. And he tells her, I've seen the omen. Winter is coming. And the only way that we're going to make it through this, whether it's right or wrong, whether the people want it or not, we need you. My brother chose you to be the heir to the throne. You are who needs to take this over. And me and my army, we will serve our queen. So he bends a knee to the queen and everyone else does. And after this, he stands up with his sword and he gets hype and say, we're going to defend this place with our lives. We're going to do this for Queen Rhaenyra. For the throne! Corlys goes and talks to Aaron, and they're finally having a conversation because you remember he gave the fleet to his son because it has to be passed down through sea and salt, water and salt. Because his other son, he rides dragons. His daughters, they're Targaryens. Now, Aaron is like, I don't want anything from you. Do you know how it feels to be a kid, a bastard child, watching your father walk through here with furs on, eating food, while we're out here selling fish, cold, starving, trying to survive, being disowned, not having a father, being made fun of for being bastard children, when the whole time our father was really one of the richest men in the land and could have taken care of us, but he was ashamed of us, and now you want to come back and give me the commander to the queen that never was ship? No, I don't want it. Now Corlys is hearing all of this, and there's really nothing he can say. There's nothing he can say at all. Alicent knows that she needs to either A, get away from King's Landing, B, get rid of Aemon, or C, come over here and try to talk to Rhaenyra to squash everything that's going on. But Rhaenyra is saying, you weren't thinking about any of that when this started. Blood has been shedded, and the only way that we can end this is if you do it by the book. You can't have it your way. Because what Alicent wants to do is just say, when Aemon is gone, you fly over, you take the throne, and then that's it. We'll just walk away clean. Everyone will survive. Rhaenyra says, no, the only way we can do this is if Aemon leaves, and in 3 days I come over there, you give me Aegon, and you let me behead him in front of everybody, so they know that I'm rightfully the queen, because that's the only way it can go. Now Alicent, she agrees. She's hesitant, but she walks off in agreement because this is the only way the blood shall stop. Now it's time for everyone to start getting suited up with the real deal armor. No more just flying around in your cloths, your rags. We need you to put on the Targaryen suits. We need you to be prepared. You look good, you play good, you perform good because you practice good. So everyone needs to be on the same page. Hopefully my boy Ulf got enough food. It'll hold him over because We're about to go to battle. While everyone is trotting off to war, we got the ships headed out there, the horses, dragons flying over. We see Rhaena out here in the plains, and she sees a wild dragon. Now, they don't show her claiming this dragon, but we can assume that she's finally about to get her one, because she's the only one without a dragon, and this is one of the wild ones that are out there and of the age. Alicent got back to King's Landing only to find out that Larys has took Aegon, and they left King's Landing because Aegon doesn't want to be killed. And guess what? Now his own mother was about to turn him to Rhaenyra. So the war is definitely about to be on, because Rhaenyra said the only way she would do this if she got to behead Aegon in front of everybody. And the last thing we see is Alicent and Rhaenyra, both of the queens, staring off, because without Aegon, the war must go on. It can't be stopped. So for now, we're going to have to end it here with the greens versus the blacks. Is it on a standstill, or will the war pick up in a year and a half, 2 years? More to find out. More to find out. All right, there you go. The finale for episode 8 of House of the Dragon season 2. Let me know what you think about it. I was expecting to see at least one dragon fly around and get some fire off or something, some kind of action. But I guess the build up will make season 3 worth the wait. Let me know what you think. I'm Mo.J. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And from here on out, we're just gonna have to wait. Let me know. Are you green? Are you black? Are you red? Are you blue? What side are you on? Because right now, we got a long time to wait. And when I say blue, I mean because winter is coming. Yeah, winter is coming. Well, my name is Mo.J. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm on the road to 50,000 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.